interacting with him, but what have those been like?
Yeah, no. So Deshaun's. It's been great to have him back in the building. He's been focused on working on himself. He's stayed in great shape. He's been a part of the meetings, and um, you know he's done everything and more that's been asked of him. And we'll be excited to have him when he can continue to ramp up football activities and get back on the practice field.
Guard against him kind of being viewed as, I don't want to savior, whatever you want to call it, when he comes back for those last 6 games, depending on where you guys sit.
Yeah, honestly, Tom, I don't. That's not something that we can necessarily control internally. That's not really our mindset. Our mindset, with him is when he's available and back, we'll welcome him back and get him ramped up appropriately. But until that point, it's really the focus on the guys who are playing and obviously at the quarterback position, getting Jacoby prepared to play and putting our best foot forth against the upcoming opponent.
You say, is he allowed to work with anyone in the building specifically?
Yeah, so he's allowed to be in meetings, work with our strength and conditioning staff, things like that.
Throws. Is there a coach there with him, or?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into all that, but he's allowed to work with the strength and conditioning staff. He's getting the work that he needs to do to get prepared.
2 weeks ramp up time when he is allowed to practice. Would you expect him to play in Houston?
I'm sorry?
Would you expect him to play in the Houston game?
Yes, we would.
Give you guys confidence that Deshaun will be able to hit the ground running and not have to be knocking 2 years of rust off. Why will he be okay?
Yeah, look, I think we spent a lot of time with with Deshaun in the spring in camp and banked a lot of good reps during the time. And that being said, I don't think that our approach isn't to really any quarterback, but certainly with the time that Deshaun has had off, to expect him to shoulder everything. That's not necessarily how the team is designed or put together. And I don't know that would be a fair ask for any quarterback. But look, we'll in a couple weeks we'll be in that world where we're getting him ready to play, and we'll handle it appropriately.
Going off of all of that,
The most recent lawsuit against Deshaun, what impact did that have on the organization, or your view of him, or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely understand the question, Mary Kay. Like we've said from the beginning, all the legal situation with Deshaun, we understand that's got to run its course, and we'll obviously let Deshaun's legal team speak for that.
Andrew, I meant to follow up too on the Kevin.
And yet you have Deshaun Watson coming. So what is the identity of this team, do you think?
Yeah, I don't think, and I assume, Tony, with that question you're talking specifically towards the offense. I don't think that let's say running the ball or passing the ball has to be mutually exclusive. Realistically, you have to do both to be an effective offense, in the NFL. And I think over the first half of the year, both phases have performed well, on that side of the ball. Look, I think we're one of the top scoring teams in the NFL. We're one of the most efficient offenses, and we've been able to throw the ball and run the ball proficiently. We obviously have what I think is the best back in football with Nick Chubb, one of the best offensive lines, and Jacoby has played really, really well for us, as has Amari Cooper and David Njoku. So I think we can have a well-rounded attack, and we can be versatile enough to attack opponents based on their weaknesses from week to week.
Andrew, what about his back and playing for this team?
Yeah, I actually don't think that's maybe quite as well. One, I should say this: our focus is really on the present week and making sure that we can maximize the opportunities for the upcoming opponent. So it's pretty easy to keep the blinders on there. That being said, we spent a lot of time, as Kevin calls, in the lab in the spring and throughout training camp, understanding that every offense has to be designed around the starting quarterback's strengths. And I think everybody realizes that that can look a little bit different than when Deshaun eventually takes snaps under center. But that being said, the core package of the offense will be consistent. That's not to say that there may not be modifications based on his skill set, but I don't think that transition will be quite as challenging as maybe some are anticipating.